Welcome back to the Quaker Steak and Loop 200, presented on Speed by Dodge. Drivers making their way to their cars. Trucks. Tonight's Fast and All flashback. We're going to focus a little bit on last year's race. As a matter of fact, we may even focus a little bit on how the Speed team questioned Kyle Busch and Richie Waters' pit strategy.
Kyle Busch stayed out. I do not understand this move at all.
Well, Michael, basically I asked Richie Waters why not pit now and do it on one stop. He said, what, are you crazy?
He's going to have to come in eventually, Michael.
Okay, we've established that, but when? What do they know that we don't?
Well, I'm liking Richie Waters' strategy right now. How about you?
I don't know what to say about that, Phil.
Here comes Kyle Busch, looking for his first ever win in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Across the start-finish line, Kyle Busch will win. Well, Phil, Michael, I don't know. Are you ever going to question Richie again?
Well, I didn't understand it at the time. I certainly didn't. And he got the caution flag at exactly the right time, Michael, or else we would have been right, but we weren't, and he was, and I'm glad he got the win. And if he has it to do over again, listen to us. What do you think?
Boy, I'm not going to go there, Phil. I was convinced it was a train wreck getting ready to happen, and he pulled into victory lane. So Richie had a plan, and he knew what he was looking for that plan to work, for them to win that race. And it played out. I have nothing negative to say about if and when. Racing's all about cautions and when they fly and who does what, and he had his stuff together that night.
You know, we showed all the problems that the guys had in turn 4 in practice, but, you know, before qualifying, we saw several trucks get in trouble. We saw Mark Martin, first lap on the racetrack, cut a tire down, hit the wall, had to go to a backup. Our Kyle Busch right there had a tire go down. He had to go to a backup truck, Ray, and that was his favorite truck.
Absolutely, Phil. It's chassis number 11, and when Kyle gets done racing that truck, they just put a cover over it and set it in the corner of the garage and save it for the next time he wants to come out. But tonight he's got chassis number 23. I think they're still going to be very fast tonight. It'll be fun to see if he can work his way up through the pack tonight. He doesn't have his favorite chassis, but when this team gets on it, I think they're going to be a guy that could get to the front and maybe, again, the guy to beat.
Well, Kyle Busch has got his work cut out for him because he starts 20th, so he's got a lot of trucks he's got to pass to get to the front. Before he gets to the front, he's got to fire that engine. Let's go down for the command.
And now, race fans, please welcome Quaker Steak and Lube franchise owner Larry Salone as he gives those most famous words in motorsports.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
The engines are fired. Families and friends are here to watch all these drivers take on the newly resurfaced Los Motor Speedway. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series on Speed is presented by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge. Brought to you in part by Valvoline. Tested on the track, trusted on the road. By Craftsman. Craftsman tools are the official tools of NASCAR. Craftsman at Sears. And by Fastenal. Quality products and service from quality people. Expect it from Fastenal. Trucks rolling out onto this newly resurfaced 1.5-mile quad oval.
Guys, let's take a look at the race analysis. We're going to have 36 trucks start this race. You see the race is 134 laps, 200 miles, purse over $500,000. And here where the tricky part is, guys. The pit window is 55 to 65 laps for fuel. These tires last so long and maintain their speed. We've heard crew chiefs and drivers talk about not putting any tires on, putting right side tires on, fuel only. All kinds of different pit strategies are being talked about in the garage area. It remains to be seen what's going to happen on the racetrack.
Well, the start, Phil, like I said in the opening, the start of this race, these guys haven't been in this position. They haven't been all jammed up side by side, firing off into turn 3 at 180 some miles. This will be the first time that happens since they've reconfigured this place on these harder tires. So if I'm one of these guys, I want to make sure that I settle in, understand what I'm up against early in the going, and don't make a mistake early that hurts me. And then if the caution comes out on lap 10 or 15, I might pit, get enough gas to where I can go to past halfway and get my tires then and be done with it.
Let's take a look and run through the Denso starting grid. Mike Skinner on the pole, that's no surprise, but look who's on the outside. Aaron Crocker, that's the best start ever by a female in NASCAR.
Great story inside road number 2. Marcus Ambrose from Tasmania, third ever oval track race of any kind on the inside of road number 2.
As my brother says, sometimes what you don't know won't hurt you. And he didn't know those. He didn't know why everybody was spinning out. He just was pretty sure he wasn't going to. He went out and matted it. Came home third qualifying.
Dennis Setzer, Terry Cook make up row number 4.
See Mark Martin right there, our winner at Daytona and at California. 4th in points after missing a race.
Kerry Earnhardt went out early in the going and put in a solid qualifying effort. You can see Mike Bliss, he was real happy, as was Sprague with their trucks in Practiceville.
Eric Almirola, you see him outside row number 8. He actually spun out on his first lap of qualifying, went back around the racetrack, got a lap in, and got a pretty decent starting position.
Never seen anything quite like that. God, have a spin like that and recover.
Timothy Peters in a backup truck starts on the inside of row 10.
Boston Reed in the Red Rocks Cafe truck. Got a picture of my buddy on the front of it.
See Todd Bodine right there. Talk about a hot driver right there. 2 wins already this year. Only time out of the top 10 when he had power steering failure at Martinsville.
Steve Park, Kelly Sutton slipped in there in the back. Look for Kelly. She's been running better as of late. A top 20 finish at St. Louis, and feel good about her chances tonight.
41 trucks tried to qualify for this event, only 36 starts, so there are your 5 that failed to qualify, and then David Starr and Kyle Krisiloff will go to the rear at the start of this race.
The big one right there, Bill Lester, unfortunately had a streak of 102 consecutive starts. And unfortunately had trouble, was not in the top 30 guaranteed starting positions, and he had to go home.
We ride along with 7 different trucks, the first of which being the number 18 Fastenal Dodge of Bobby Hamilton Jr. He'll start in the 29th position.
There's the hottest guy right now in the Truck Series, Todd Bodine to the Lumber Liquidators Toyota. Starts way back in the 26th spot.
And you know, the next hottest guy in the Truck Series, a guy that's going to be tough tonight and is almost as good as his teammate. They're leading the points. Ted Musgrave right there in his Toyota Tundra's truck.
Mark Martin will start this race in 10th position, and he's got 2 wins out of the 4 that he started this season.
Dennis Setzer, the Shell Rotella T Chevrolet, starts in the 8th position. Dennis, a former winner here at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Johnny Be Good, Johnny Benson in his Toyota Tundra truck. That team is just getting better and better. I think we expect them to be in victory lane not only once, but regularly this season. They're that good, they're that close.
Johnny Benson looking for the truck win to round out the trifecta. Cup, Busch, and he needs the truck for the win. Let's go down trackside for Krista Vogt on her thoughts before green.
Well, today's on-track activity really felt like a washing machine on spin cycles. So many guys having trouble, like you said, in turn 4. But remember, the sun was on that turn. It was hot. It was slippery. Tracks, according to formula, usually will tighten up as the night gets cooler and rubber gets laid down. Lowe's Motor Speedway, usually one of the most temperature-sensitive tracks on the circuit. But with the new pavement, the resurfacing, will that continue? That's what a lot of the drivers are wondering. They haven't really gotten a chance to figure that out because in yesterday's test session at night, it got rained out. Ted Musgrave said when the cloud cover came over yesterday, his truck really didn't change. So a lot of the guys just shrugging their shoulders, waiting to find out if the track will change and tighten up. That's one of the factors we're going to see tonight. Ray, I know there's a lot of other changes, though, as well.
I'll tell you what, Krista, in all the years that I've been broadcasting motorsports, I've never heard a driver not say, I want a sticker tire in a race. Well, tonight, they definitely don't want stickers. Everybody's going to be trying to put on scuff tires. Now, all the years I've been calling races, when I said a scuff tire, I mean 1, 2, maybe 3 laps, right? Well, check out this scuff tire right here. This tire has 44 laps on it, and look at the wear indicators. This thing looks like it's brand new and hasn't even been run on the track. These tires will go 100, 120 laps, well over a fuel run. And as the guys in the booth said, tonight the strategy might be take right side tires on your first pit stop and a gas and a go to get to the end.
Strategy is the key tonight. What are you going to do with the tires?
I'm going to try to figure out what Richie Waters is going to do. Emulate that strategy. Listen, this guys, you got Tucker and Marcus Ambrose starting the first 2 rows. They've not got a lot of experience in stock cars. You know, Marcus has only run 3 oval track races, so they don't know what to expect. Then you got guys like David Starr and Bobby Jr. in the back of the field, guys that know how to get to the front. this is going to be, this will be the third time I said it, and I'll drop it. This start is going to be tense. No one's done this yet with these tires on this new surface. They're going to pack them together, and hopefully nobody gets sideways.
Randy Kaiser takes the pace truck down pit road. That leaves the field in the hands of Mike Skinner. The Quaker Steak and Lube 200 is underway.
Ron Hornaday jumps to the inside of Aaron Crocker. He's going to take over the second spot. Remember, Michael, these trucks are going to be really loose. They're full of fuel, low air pressures. They're going to be loose for a few laps.
There's Hornaday. That truck really is fast this weekend. They've struggled a little bit this year. Ron gave a lot of credit to his Kevin Harvick team about making a bunch of changes and bringing a truck here with a different setup than they've run all year. He almost crashed qualifying and still wound up second.
And that's really a team, because I saw Wally Rogers down there, Gene Need. Look at all these trucks side by side. Eric Almirola jumps from the outside row to the inside row.
Remember, fans, they're going 180 to 190 miles an hour when they get close to turn one.
This is untreaded waters for these guys. They're running side by side. They're in a tight pack. When you test, when you practice, you don't want to be around other trucks. You want to just sort your truck out. Now they have to run it side by side. New pavement, and we're already seeing trucks 2 and 3 wide. Got one slow off 4.
There's David Ruderman on the inside, Marcus Ambrose on the outside. That's the battle for 7th right there. There's the 85 of Dennis Setzer and the 6 of Mark Martin right behind them.
Already seeing the sparks from the trucks bouncing on the track.
Good shot of Marcus Ambrose, Team Australia. Now, how about that sponsor? The whole country of Australia.
Aaron Crocker just slid by Ron Hornaday. Phil, she got her truck back up to the second spot.
You know, that truck has been fast, Michael, from the time they turned the green flag on for practice.
Carl Long got up high off 4, Phil. Got that right side torn off that truck.
Yeah, he's got some damage to the right side. He's going to have to bring that truck to pit road.
Turn 4 has been the problem for a lot of these trucks today.
See if we can take a look back at what happened to Carl Long. You see him on the outside. It looks he just ducked to the outside to try to go around the 77 of Brendan Gaughan. Lost control of that truck, made some contact. You see the smoke. He needs to bring that truck to pit road.
Oh, we got a spin in 4. Is that Todd Bodine? Big wreck.
Not Todd Bodine.
There's Jack Sprague in the front right here. There's Jack right there.
Team Australia. That is Marcus Ambrose, I believe, in the 20 that got spun initially, but we see Jack Sprague turned around on the front stretch.
Yeah, I was watching that yellow truck there of Marcus Ambrose, and he was right in the middle of the pack, and the thing just snapped out from underneath of him. Aaron Crocker has struggled in these races, Phil. She's qualified respectively, but hadn't been able to hang with these guys. Tonight, she drives around Ron Hornaday. She's in the second spot, so it's good to see her get this deal figured out where she can be competitive.
Her new crew chief, Patrick Donovan, listened to them a little bit on the radio earlier, and he was talking about, hey, we got a good enough truck. We're going for the win.
Well, they almost got the pole.
Jack Sprague having some troubles here.
He probably had a flat tire from his earlier spin. That tire, you see his right rear tire blew out, and look how much damage it did to that truck. There was no damage to that truck until he blew the tire out trying to get back to pit road.
It blew the whole right side of the truck off. Watch this, Phil.
There the tire goes.
Wow.
Look at the damage to that truck.
Yeah, we actually blew a tire. Just did more of our damage down there in 1 and 2. We got some quarter panel damage.
The 16 of Mike Bliss is on pit road.
This is riding along with Ted Musgrave. This is what brought out our caution.
There goes the 20. He just spins around.
Completely by himself. Just lost it. He's already around. It looks like maybe the 16 of Mike Bliss probably ran in the back of the 60 of Jack Sprague. And you see Mike Bliss make a little contact with the outside wall. That's what turned around Jack Sprague.
He ran in the back of Jack and then into the wall, Phil. That truck's damaged pretty good.
The white truck right behind him also made some contact with the outside wall.
The other Germain Racing team, Todd Bodine, we ride along with him.
He's going to see some smoke from Marcus Ambrose. You see him, he's out of the throttle.
Clear low, inside. It's open. Outside's open. Outside. Come on.
Ray is with Mike Bliss.
Well, I'm in his pits, Rick, and they do have damage to the right front of that IWX Chevrolet, so